they're all reminders of who we are. All we have to do is get out of our own way. And with that, Hollywood, and Miss Harris showed a clip. I wanted to show a clip from a movie that means a lot to me. And it's a movie called The Legend of Bagger Vance. And it's about a young man who went to war, who came back, and had lost his authentic swing. He was a golfer. But the swing, authentic, is his soul. He had lost his soul in war. Now, you don't necessarily, war doesn't necessarily make people lose their soul. I've seen what it does to young men and women. But a family tragedy, car accident, death of a family, a divorce, the loss of a child, any of these things could cause one to lose their authentic swing, their soul. So what I would like to do at this moment is play this for you. It won't happen. Thanks. Okay. That just may not happen. Okay. There it is. I share that with you because it's so easy to forget who we are, what we're here for. You know, I mean, we've all heard, you know, we're here for death and taxes. Okay? It couldn't be further from the truth. Now, I want to share with you some things. I've shared with you the Andromeda perspective about who we are. I want you to know that Earth has been an experiment for a very, very long time. Every life form that's here has come from a different planet, different star system, in some cases even from different universe or galaxies. And what's happened is that each one of the life forms on this planet, virtually most of them, have been genetically altered to live in our ecosystem. Okay, an Earth environment, E-type, is actually very rare. This is not the norm. This is a very complicated ecosystem that we live on. Many of the creatures on our world would be found in other planets, other star systems, in methane, on methane planets, hydrogen planets, carbon, all different kinds of chemical components that we haven't even discovered yet, that these life forms live in. But as travelers travel through space, what they'll do is they'll pick up these life forms. They will collect DNA. And then what they'll do is they'll experiment with it. They'll try to recreate these life forms, just like we are at a place of doing now. This is not new. Civilizations have been doing this forever, okay, to try to improve or to see what happens. Earth is magnificent, absolutely magnificent. And many of the extraterrestrial races that have talked to the Andromedans have just been beside themselves at how bad it's gotten. They just don't understand why we, as a race, would allow any of our governments to use technology that they know is harmful to the planet. They just don't get it. And like the clip said, now is the time. Now is definitely the time to make some changes. And I know you guys are. You know, I know you're so dedicated that you've made the time and put the resources together to come here to hear the speakers, to make the changes within yourself, to share this stuff with your friends and share the DVDs. I know that. But like I said, life, these tapes, these DVDs have a life of their own. They go other places. Thank you. I want you to know that I am really, really proud of you. And I'm really proud of us. And I know that we have not shown our qualities as a race on this planet through our history. But I also know that when the chips are down, that most people will stand up and they will do the right thing. I know that, and I truly feel that. And that has been my argument with the A's and my stand with the A's all along. You know, for those of us who are Americans, we are dangerously close to losing our Bill of Rights and our Constitution. Everything's been in place to wipe it away. In 2010, secret arrangements have been made, and plans and treaties have been signed to create a North American Union. This is supposed to take place in 2010. The Constitution and Bill of Rights are not part of those documents. Okay? We have an opportunity here to create a new paradigm, a new domain of knowing. It just takes leadership. It takes foresight. It takes it's going to take the ability for you to communicate to your friends and your family when everything really, really starts to fall apart. And we're beginning to see it now. The world's global economy is having a lot of ripples, a lot of effects, a lot of changes. Here in the United States, we will be the first, as usual, to experience a lot of that stuff. Okay? But you're going to be the leaders. You're going to be the ones that are going to stand there in your communities and say, look, this is what's been going on, this is what it is, and this is what we have to do. It's no accident that you are who you are. Okay, we've all volunteered for this. And my suggestion is the next time they ask us to do this, we really read the fine print on those contracts. Okay? Because I don't remember being this hard. I vaguely remember something about a walk in the park and okay. We have just a few more minutes, and I was wondering if anybody had any questions. Okay.
If you could speak to death, both for us and death for the Andromedans, and where and how that ties together, perhaps.
Death.
In terms of the soul, I mean, the information that's presented here, yet we go home and we have our families and hospice and people dying, and how that ties in with the process that we're going through. I mean, you spoke of lifetimes, you spoke of reincarnation.
Right. That's a great question.